In this presentation, I'm going to do a quick overview of the security system in Orion point of sale. As you know, there are 4 menu items in Orion, the last one being administration or setup for the administration area. We're going to go into the administration area, choose the systems setting, and there are 3 different menu items associated to security: user setup, security setup, and security groups. If I open the user settings, there will be a default entry for an administration user, and then you have the ability to add new users or edit existing users. In this case, I'm going to edit the user Bob. And within the user setup, there are 2 tabs, one general and one for speech. And Orion has the ability to talk or give audible responses in the POS. But we're not going to engage that today. We're simply going to set up or ensure that Bob has a password. And I'll just set up a quick password. And I can choose to have Bob set up as a supervisor by checking the supervisor checkbox and give him an additional password to operate as a supervisor. And a supervisor in the context of Orion security is someone that can override someone that doesn't have the supervisor status. So I'm satisfied that Bob is going to be a regular user, not a supervisor. Press update, and Bob has now got a password set up. Orion has the ability to operate in other languages. Currently the English is set up, so we'll leave Bob is operating as an English user, and we could attach them to a specific workstation and give them their own starting point in the POS by having a default screen set up for this user. But we're not going to do that today. So we have a user Bob set up, and we can either go directly into the security area and give him unique settings, or we can set up a security group. And I'm going to open the security groups, and we set up beforehand a security group for clerks. I'm going to set up another one for managers, and go ahead and give them all access to everything in the POS. There are 2 different areas that the POS has security for: the POS component or the POS system, and the back office. And the management console is generally the back office. There actually is a 3rd option, the OE management screen, but that's beyond the scope of this video. So we'll set up the POS. And I initially select it all, and then we can turn off whatever we don't want this user to have. So I've unchecked a few of the boxes, and anytime that this user wants to do something that is unchecked, when they try to execute that function in the POS, the system will bring up a box asking for a supervisor override. If the supervisor can provide a proper password and enters it into the system, it will proceed and allow that function to be performed. If they don't, it won't, and they'll be stopped from doing, in this case, editing a price or doing a discount or changing the tax or something that is turned off. Outside of the POS, there's the management console. Also has a number of settings. They are not they do not control functions within the management console. They're linked to the menu items of the management console. So every menu has entries for the items that are in that menu. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and just give this person access to everything except editing items. and we won't let them do cash outs from the back office. And other than that, they have no access to the back office. So I'm going to go ahead and add the group for managers, push close, and if we go to the security setup, the admin user has access to everything and is not editable. We tried to change something and save it. It warns me that you can't undo that. So but the user Bob, who has previously been set up as a clerk, I'm going to change him to a manager and restore the defaults. And you can see that he now has restricted access or less access in the POS than he had before. So I'm going to save that. And now Bob is set up to go in the POS as an operator with a lot of restrictions. And again, for him to perform things like editing taxes or editing prices, he would have to have a supervisor come over and give him access. And that's where we'll end the security discussion for today. Thank you.